We wrap up the spring season with regional and state championships. That's next on High School Sports Scene. Hi and welcome to this edition of High School Sports Scene. I'm Sydney Callahan. The Hereford boys lacrosse team made a return trip to the 3A2A state championship, looking for their 5th consecutive state title.
Was the perfect day for the Class 3A2A state lacrosse championship between the Glenelg Gladiators and the Hereford Bulls. The Bulls were looking for their 5th consecutive state title. The Hereford fans were ready, and so were the players, because they did not waste any time getting on the scoreboard with a shifty move by sophomore attack Jason Ashwood. Then quickly, senior midfielder Morgan Pritchard gets into the act and fires a shot to the back of the net, and Hereford takes an early 2-zip lead. The Bulls added another goal which put Glenelg down by 3. But the Gladiators answered when senior attack Nick Wynn fired a shot for the score. The Bulls went back on the attack. Junior attackman Joe Sider absolutely put on a lacrosse clinic for the crowd. He scored 5 straight goals to end the half with an 8-1 lead. The Bulls also played excellent defense and looked to put Glenelg away. But the Gladiators came out fighting in the second half with goals by Mark Darden and an assist from Nick Wynn to Mickey Wynn for the goal. And Nick Wynn makes a move and gets a goal of his own, cutting the deficit by 2. Just like the true champions they are, the Bulls were able to take a punch. They came back swinging with goals from Jason Ashwood, and then a goal from Jack Adams, which put the game on ice. Glenelg gave Hereford a good fight, but fell in the end. The Bulls finished the season with an impressive 18-1 record, winning their 5th consecutive state championship.
With their win, the Bulls tied Delaney for the most boys lacrosse championships from Baltimore County with 8 total. Congratulations. The Loch Raven girls lacrosse team had a streak of their own as they looked for a 4th consecutive regional title.
The girls 2A-1A North Lacrosse Regional Championship pitted the host Loch Raven Raiders against the Pikesville Panthers. The Raiders struck 30 seconds in. After Lindsay Wagner was stopped on a point-blank shot, Christy Moyer gathered the loose ball and found Meredith Moore, who converted for the score. Less than a minute later, Courtney Genovese dodged the Panther defense and buried a shot for a 2-0 Raider lead. Loch Raven controlled the ensuing faceoff, and Meredith Moore circled the goal, then found Taylor Sarter sneaking in the backside to make it 3-0. Before the game was 2 minutes old, Maggie Wagner fired a shot into the top corner, giving the Raiders a 4-0 lead and sparking a Pikesville timeout. Loch Raven went up 6-0 when Meredith Moore split the Panther D and found the goal. The Panthers' nightmare continued as Taylor Sarter connected with Sammy Knapp for the 7th Raider score. Loch Raven's sharp passing resulted in another Meredith Moore goal, pushing Loch Raven up 8-0, 6.5 minutes into the game. A Courtney Genovese goal at 7:51 stretched the Loch Raven lead to 9-0. Pikesville finally got on the board at the 8:45 mark when Ariane Schreier put the first ball past Kelly Bills, making it 9-1 Loch Raven. The Raiders stretched the lead to 14-1 at the half and eventually cruised to a 16-6 victory and their 4th consecutive regional title.
A highlight of each school year is the naming of the recipients of the Mildred H. Murray Scholar Athlete Awards.
On May 30th at Greenwood, BCPS Superintendent Dr. Joe Hairston joined former BCPS Coordinator of Athletics Mildred Murray to present the 25th Annual Mildred Murray All-Academic Scholar Athlete Award and Scholarship to two deserving senior student athletes. This year's recipients were Stephanie Honig from Pikesville High School and Kennedy Aquo from Chesapeake High School.
It is a great school system because we have great students, great teachers, great administrators, and a great community, and those homes that are run by those incredible parents. I think when you put it all together, you're talking about the commitment, you're talking about values, you're talking about discipline, you're talking about tenacity, you're talking about all of those things that are inherent within the human condition, those traits that enable us to surpass all those things that are considered barriers.
Stephanie, a three-sport varsity athlete, ranked first in her class of 216 students and maintained a 4.0 unweighted GPA throughout her high school career. She participated in field hockey, indoor track, and lacrosse. Among many honors, Stephanie is a 5-time Carson Scholar. She will attend the University of Virginia in the fall.
I definitely think it's taught me a lot of leadership and being confident in myself, and I think that's definitely helped me in school and in my demanding classes, and it'll definitely help me later on in life.
She's the best that Pikesville High School has to offer. She's the best that Baltimore County has to offer, and she's going to be a great ambassador for our school system and for our state.
Kennedy, also a three-sport varsity athlete, maintained a 3.67 unweighted GPA during his high school career and ranked 9th in his class of 261. He participated in soccer, indoor, and outdoor track.
A scholar athlete means maintaining excellence in the classroom and playing your best in the field. It helped me to become self-disciplined, taught me time management skills that will help me in college and beyond.
I've known Kennedy for 4 years. I had him in physical education class 4 years ago, and I quickly identified that he was a special young man. He was always on time, he did his job, he came prepared. He was very, very attentive. He was always listening, just an outstanding young man.
The scholarships, worth $2,000 each, are awarded annually to a male and female senior student athlete who has maintained an unweighted 3.5 GPA and participated in at least 2 varsity sports. Congratulations to Stephanie and Kennedy.
Now, let's learn more about Stephanie as she is this month's Outstanding Female Student Athlete. Here's Janie Brown with the story.
Stephanie Honig is a senior at Pikesville High School. While she had played field hockey before starting high school, she began to play lacrosse her freshman year.
I decided to play freshman year. I had never played before. I just decided I wanted to try something new, and I went to clinics during the off-season to prepare me coming in for freshman year.
Beginning a lacrosse career at the high school level may be difficult for some, but Stephanie hit the ground running.
I can remember coaching with my sister at that point, and within the first week of practice, her and I kind of looking at each other saying, you know, Stephanie's going to be something very special here in the next couple of years, and she's proven us right so far.
Although she may have faced some challenges entering the sport like that, Stephanie's diligence and strong work ethic quickly helped her to become one of the team's strongest players.
In school, she's a hard worker. She's very smart. She's #1 in her class. But in lacrosse, she's running before, after practice. If she noticed that her shot wasn't great at practice that day, she's after practice shooting around, playing wall ball.
In addition to her lacrosse skills, Stephanie has also managed to improve her leadership skills with the sport.
I think playing sports has given me a lot of confidence. Like, I used to be really shy, but given these leadership positions on my sports teams, I feel like I've kind of gotten out of my shell a little bit more and become more vocal.
She brings those, you know, the qualities that every coach looks for in kind of running, you know, being the coach when the coach is not around. You know, her attitude, setting the tone for practice, setting the tone for games, you know, that really helps spread to the rest of the teammates, you know, to really bring everybody's best efforts out on the field.
Stephanie fully steps into her role as team captain by acting as a role model for other players.
She certainly sets the tone during games. You know, her attitude and her intensity come game time really kind of sheds off on the rest of the team. You know, she certainly is a very vocal leader before games, after games, during games.
When people come to practice, they see her running and warming up, and they're like, wow, she's very into this team. She wants to do well, and she wants the team and herself to do well.
Not only is Stephanie an exceptional lacrosse player, but an excellent student as well. She is currently top of her class, and she has twice received the Carson Scholarship, an award given to top students who are also active in the community.
I founded this organization a couple years ago called Eyes in Need, where patients can donate their used eyeglasses, and the ophthalmologists, if they have patients that can't afford glasses, they can take these donated glasses and give them to these patients.
Stephanie's outstanding leadership, enthusiasm, and determination make her an integral part of the team, and those skills will certainly be beneficial to her once she graduates.
She is certainly the type of individual that when she puts her mind to something, she's going to accomplish whatever she wants.
We wish Stephanie and the rest of the lacrosse team the best of luck in the future. For High School Sports Scene, I'm Janie Brown.
Congratulations to Stephanie. To honor her selection as this month's Outstanding Female Student Athlete, she received an award provided by Allegram Incorporated in Timonium. Coming up next is Randy Daith with Coach's Corner. This is our last program for the year. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of BCPS athletics. We'll be back in the fall. I'm Sydney Callahan. Thanks for watching and have a great summer.
Hi, I'm Randy Dace and welcome to Coach's Corner. My guests today are Michael Sy, the acting coordinator of athletics in the Baltimore County Public School System, and our old acting coordinator of athletics in the Baltimore County Public School System, Mr. Ron Belinko. And Ron and Michael, welcome to High School Sports Scene. I apologize for saying old, Ron, but how long have you been around in the Baltimore County Public School System, Ron?
46 years, Randy, so you could say that.
That's outstanding. And Michael, it's great. You are a Baltimore County graduate from Woodlawn High School. And when you were there, you were an athlete, student athlete. Tell us the sport you participate in.
Well, I'm a product of Baltimore County Public Schools, graduated from Woodlawn High School. Played football there and track standout, and enjoyed my career there and went on to the University of Delaware.
And then came back and has been involved in the school system since. And I guess as of January, you became the acting coordinator of athletics. How's it been going so far, Michael?
It's been a whirlwind. It's been extremely busy. It's been exciting. Very, very blessed to have Ron here with me, helping me, walk me through. But I work with a bunch of great guys, 24 great athletic directors. They all have been very supportive and been right there with me, helping me to get through this process as we move on through this transition.
Now, Ron, you've been an acting consultant for the last year in the athletic department. And when Michael came along, real excited about seeing him come a homebred student athlete from Baltimore County.
Right, there isn't any question, Randy. When Mike was named, finally moved in the office, you have a product of the county, as you just heard Mike say, from Woodlawn High School. It doesn't take that long when you're a product of it to know the system, know the folks in here, and someone coming from the outside, that transition would be tremendously hard. And Mike has made that transition because of his ability, the reputation he earned as an athletic director at Woodlawn.
Now, Ron, as of June 14th, 15th, it's all over for you, retirement?
Retirement, officially retired. June 15th will be my last day as far as with Baltimore County Public Schools. And everyone asks me, what are you going to do? First time we could go down the beach and then decide at the end of the summer might do work with the NIAAA a little bit and with the State Athletic Directors Association, but that's it.
So, Michael, as we were joking before the taping, the training wheels will be coming off and you're going to be riding by yourself. Anything first on your agenda list?
Well, I don't know if anything's first on the agenda. The training wheels, I think, have been off for about the past month.
Okay.
Ron has been turning everything over to me, and it's like, here you go. So I'm kind of taking it one step at a time, learning as I'm going, and just getting used to the process, getting used to the different things that Baltimore County expects, and just trying to live up to the standard that Ron has set.
Now, you've been a coach at Woodlawn, and you've also been the athletic director at Woodlawn. Looking back, and I know you're in a completely different role now, but as a coach, teacher, participant, what's great about Baltimore County's athletic program that you always thought that you were greatly proud of?
Well, I think the thing that I'm most proud of is just that the amount of love and support that you get from the teachers, the administrators, the staff. And I think what Baltimore County really does that maybe we can't say for every single school system, that they raise young men and young women to be student athletes, and that's the thing that I was most proud of coming through, because they made sure that I had an opportunity. They presented opportunities for me. They made sure the academics was there. They made sure the athletics was there. They took an interest in me as a whole person, and I think that's what Baltimore County does so well.
It's ironic, Ron, but the number of coaches I have on throughout the year, and I say, oh, another graduate of a Baltimore County high school. I know myself, I'm a graduate of Towson High School. I came back because of the role models that I had in the classroom and as coaches. And as you said, Mike, it's a great system. And when you have people come back and want to do the same thing, you know something's going right. You know, Ron, I first ran into you in 1977 at Overley High School. I was a student teacher. And as a great example, Ron was a phys ed teacher at Overley High School. And you were going to start coaching a pretty new sport over there, right, for Overley?
Yep, that was the lacrosse program.
And I'll never forget, you offered me that opportunity to work with you, and it didn't work out that way, but the opportunity was great. And Ron, you've been from the trenches to the top dog. Looking back, talk to us a little about your career.
When you talk about the career, you mentioned at Overley High School, starting a new sport there at the time in lacrosse, along Len Boston, who's over there at Towson with you. He was the mover behind it. And when you take a look at, when I first started in Baltimore County, Randy, we didn't have football. So you saw football grow, you saw the sport of lacrosse grow, the wrestling program, and you just saw the county grow tremendously since I've been around. We made a cultural change in the early 90s in athletics by putting up some lighted fields, playing at night, playing football particularly on Friday night or Saturday afternoons without lights. So when you take a look at that potential, and the students, our offerings have grown. We added girls sports, we added girls golf over the years, girls track and field, girls soccer. So being part of that and coming up through the trenches, and that's similar to what Mike has done. He has come up through the trenches, and you know every phase of it. Someone can't come up to you and say, well, you haven't done this. Yes, I have. Trouble is, when you're around as long as I have, it's what can you do for me lately, and all these things been in place, and people like yourself do remember some of those things.
And another thing, I don't think a lot of people realize, Ron, but besides being the coordinator of athletics in Baltimore County, you served on so many different committees. And I know one of the, your special sport to you that you had great love for lacrosse, wrestling, football, and people don't realize all that additional time that you're putting in.
Well, in order to make an impact on a state level, it's part of our responsibilities to be active on a state level and serve on MPSSA committees. And if you're not active, the county or the LEA gets shortchanged. So you must be very active in order to look out for Baltimore County and make your presence known.
Ron, let me ask you, the first day that Michael came into your office and you sat down, you talked about things, what was your first words of advice to Michael?
First words of advice? Gave him a lot of words of advice. I might remember that. But one thing is that advise Mike to do is be visible. Be highly visible, be out there, let folks see you. It's going to be a tough job because there are a lot of things that have to take place in the office. Principals will expect you in the morning, but you cannot operate by email and texting. You have to make that personal contact to be out there to see what's going on. You know, when you coach, Randy, if I were on the side, on the sidelines watching what happens, if there's a bad call at officials, you would come running over right away and say, Ron, where did the officials come from? But you have to be out there to know that you listen and care and support things when they go bad or when they're going well.
Now, Ron, that was a setup question because I knew the answer. And Michael, the reason I asked him that was because if he didn't tell you that, I was going to tell him that today.
Right.
but to be seen, because I've always seen Ron in the gym, on the field, on the track, and that visibility I think has been very important as a coach, and also from the parents and also from the teachers. Michael, you think you're going to be out in those fields?
Well, I've been out in the fields already. Like Ron said, that was the first thing he told me, is to be visible. The second thing he told me was to be visible, and the third thing he told me was to be visible. So for
He's
me,
a realtor-like location,
yeah,
right?
So for me, it was easy, you know, just to go out and be myself, get to know all the coaches, you know. At Woodlawn High School, I worked with a staff of about 40, 50, and then we're working with the entire county and 24 ADs and hundreds of coaches. So I want to get to know each and every one of them, get to know what they bring to the table as far as Baltimore County athletics is concerned. And in that way, I'll have my finger on the pulse of Baltimore County athletics, and like Ron has done for so many years, he knows everybody. I mean, it's amazing how many times we go out and somebody say, "Hey, Ron," and he calls them back by their name.
Right.
So if I can ever get to that point where I know all of my staff, all 24 schools, the middle schools included, then I think that I'm on the right track.
We come up this fall, summer will be like this, right? And something's new this year, Michael. It's called August 11th is the first day of fall tryouts. And that's the earliest date we've ever had. Have you had any emails or complaints yet about that one, or does everybody just sort of say that's the way it is, let's move on?
Well, no complaints yet. We have some things coming down the pipeline that might get some complaints going, but no complaints yet. I think everybody is just excited to get the new year started. I'm excited, being new leadership coming in. It's going to be a short summer. It's already short for me as the training wheels are taking off. So we're really excited. Well, no complaints as of yet, but you know, we can't make everybody happy. So.
Well, Jem, we're just about out of time, but Michael, I would give you one suggestion. You might want to get a name tag so your family knows who you are when you come home.
Okay.
Because Ron always had a name
already,
tag,
yeah.
right. But listen, Michael, good luck.
Thank you so much.
I think we got a great man for the job. I'm looking forward to working with you as all the other coaches and parents and athletes of Baltimore County. Ron, what else can we say? You dedicated basically your life to the school system in Baltimore County and did one super job. And we'll miss you. Well, I think we'll probably still see you in a field or a gym somewhere because I know you still got that in your blood. But enjoy your retirement and wish you good health also.
Thank you, Randy.
For High School Sports Scene, I'm Randy Dace. Thanks for watching. See you next time.